But of course, we gotta talk about the tippity-top 4 Thrives right now.
We do gotta talk about 4 Thrives because we were expecting aggressiveness out of this team, and boy, did we get it.
Boy, did we get it. 4 Thrives coming in hot today. This is exactly what I wanted to see from them. Did they slow down just slightly when I would have liked them to be a little bit more aggressive onto OG, onto some of those other teams, you know, as the zone started closing up around them? Yes, a little bit more mobile, just a little bit more aware. However, they bided their time. They were patient with what they did. When it came time to actually make those fights, they were able to just flip the switch, turn on that aggression, get those eliminations, and so many points. They are just flying off that leaderboard. This is why I said yesterday they still can do it. If they have a day like they just had in this rondo, if they continue doing that, they still can do it.
Especially when you have a player like IQ, the IGL of this squad, putting up the numbers, performing for this squad and clutching up. But we also got to talk about Notch and Red Force because they were the winners of this match, Max, and they played that out perfectly. And I think they might have been able to also pass that threshold.
Yeah, like, of course, GG4 Thrives, but Notch and Red Force doing so much parkour in the city, swiping every other team under the rug. And actually, they're trying to aim for 122. I believe they did make it. We'll check out the leaderboards very soon. But Notch and Red Force giving E Arena an absolute run for their money. And it is so rare to see 2 teams on the very first game enter the Smash Zone. It might have just happened today.
It might happen today, and something that might happen today is that we might see teams that might not be challenging for that first place, putting up great performances, and we saw that exactly out of Godlike. This squad came to play. This squad has absolutely nothing to lose, Slays, because they were going after elimination. Actually, before we even talk about Godlike, I want to see what the overall is looking like, where the teams are currently standing, how far away some of the other teams are from there. Noxie Red Force is actually in first place with 123 points. Now we have 2 teams that are able to win in the next match.
Oh my goodness, by the way, E Arena should also be colored, I'm pretty sure, because they are also in the Smash Zone. You just need to get above or tie 122 points. So if Notch and Red Force or E Arena now lays get a chicken dinner, that's it, tournament over, and we will be crowning our champions.
I know, and it's so incredibly exciting because both of these teams, especially when it comes to those sort of placement points, look at Nongshim at 40 placement points, E Arena with 34. They have every opportunity and drive to be able to secure that chicken dinner. Now, Seven, you asked me a little bit about Godlike, which I know was on the second page, and the reason we want to highlight that is because they were sort of sitting more under that middle threshold, but with 10 eliminations early game, another 4 as they sort of rotate in on that northeast side, and then S-Power recovering the team to bring them back in. But I want to give like a kind of a little special shout out to Amino, having an absolute banger of a game too. I think it was about 7 eliminations just by themselves, and they were able to sort of scout and hold that, and just getting like that 15 elimination points on the board is insanity, especially from where they were sitting earlier today.
I want to check real quick the rankings we did see for a quick second there. 11 points away for 4 Thrives now. Jumping around from the middle pack. 11 points away from top 3. The comeback is happening.
This is what I keep saying. This is what I keep saying.
Comeback?
4 Thrives comeback?
4 Thrives comeback? Because the team I actually got a chance to talk with Balak. If you want to check that out, go to my Instagram at the PMWC. But we're now seeing the race to Smash. There you go. You see 4 Thrives, 23 points away, which this is a perfect start for that team, getting more than 15 eliminations, getting in the top 2, and now they are just 23 points away. And if we know anything for this squad, with the way that they're playing, with what we have seen out of them in PMGO Season 1 this year, they could make it in the next match, as long as one of the 2 teams at the top don't end up winning it.
Well, exactly, yeah. So this is the case, this is the scenario where, you know, neither of those teams, Nongshim or E Arena, they don't win next match. We do go into game 3. If 4 Thrives are allowed another good win, I say allowed because we don't want any hot dropping going on. They might get targeted, you never know. However, if they're allowed one more game, if we do go into game 3, 4 Thrives need another top 5. They need another several points, 8, 9 eliminations. There we go.
Yeah.
Another few of those, and they are in Smash ruling. They are a contender, and they could just do a back-to-back global win.
And I think we did end up getting today Maxman. I think we might have got it. A Maxman grenade on that day. Oh, really?
Which play is going to be? Here's going to be in the city. This 4 Thrives hits Falak over there, looking for AKOB. He gets it done right away. The man is an absolute menace. But he's too much of a menace because T24 had to take him down. Oh!
Give him a boom, boom, back to the line.
too. But yeah, for that team, I mean, overall, it's a great start here for the final day of PMWC at EWC 26. A great performance out of those teams that we were expecting a good performance out of, right? We talked about already E-Arena having to do what they needed to do. Now Nongshim being able to show up when they needed to show up, starting off great here with the win as well. One thing that we do need to talk about is possibly this team's being targeted. When I say being targeted, I don't mean getting a hot drop right away. But we are going to be looking at those rotations, because if we look at E-Arena, E-Arena has 2 wins so far this PMWC in Erangel, and in the finals, E-Arena has already gotten 1 win in day 1, match 3 in Erangel.
Actually, I do want to say, I was talking to Kalaris earlier. Nongshim Red Force, they got back-to-back wins, right, on the island finish. So that's going to be something that you got to keep into mind also, because they did win PMI by smash ruling. Literally, all of the storylines are merging together in favor of the South Korean team of Nongshim Red Force. They could be looking fantastic. But of course, that's if the Arena get a win, or if Nongshim Red Force get a win. But if Tura,
yes,
we got to keep in mind, it's not Rondo anymore. It's no Rico Tower anymore. Meaning the teams that are not currently in the Smash Zone is going to be even more complicated for them to reach 122 points.
Oh, absolutely. And then you've got, you know, when we've seen this a lot of times in, you know, Smash Rolling last day, all of this sort of stuff, you do tend to see other teams actually go ahead and change their drop location to avoid getting targeted. But you're right, Seven, right? We are going to be looking at those rotations. We need 4th Rise, we need Nongshim, we need E-Arena, we need Enigma Galaxy as well. All of those teams. Aurora did not have a good game at all, so they're still chasing that. They need to make sure their rotations are on point, that they might change them a little bit just to avoid any early eliminations, because right now, it is now or never. We got 2 teams in Smash ruling. You do not want to take any chances going out earlier.
You're going to have to use those spidey senses if you're currently at the top. If you're 4th Rise, you want to continue your frag out. Here you go. You can actually have it back now. Thanks so much for letting me guard. If you're some of the other teams, E-Arena, Nongshim, you got to watch out for everything going on your way. And I know right now around the arena, we do have a special guest coming by.
Spider-Man is officially back in PUBG Mobile. Some of you may remember the collaboration in 20... Spider-Man is officially back in PUBG Mobile. Some of you may remember the collaboration in 2022, and this time he's returning to Erangel. Suit up and explore the brand new central square. You can move across rooftops, run across ceilings, and hunt down enemy squads. But it wouldn't be Spider-Man without the powers. So, you can grab Peter Parker's gloves and you can web swing your way around the city, or you can even use your webs in combat to slow down or trap your opponents. And of course, there's so much to discover beyond the fights. You can visit Peter Parker's apartment and hunt for hidden Easter eggs inspired by the world of Spider-Man. From Peter's messages to secret clues to hidden surprises that you're going to have to find yourselves. And remember your favorite Spider-Man movies? Well, here's your chance to recreate those iconic moments. Maybe you pull off the perfect rescue, maybe you escape a fight by swinging away at the last second, or maybe you and your squad just stop everything to take the perfect Spider-Man shot.